And we're back. Welcome to episode 16,
16
of
end of
Standing
year.
Room Only.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
this is going to be the
The
last episode.
SRO-LONG review episode with a
Yeah.
little bit of news sprinkled in.
There
Yes,
is, luckily. So let's jump right into this. So, Dylan Batanzas, we got an early Christmas gift.
What was that hashtag? Merry
Christmas.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Christmas.
I love the signing. What about you?
No, I love it. So, Dylan Batanzas signed with the New York Mets.
Mm-hmm.
A one-year deal worth $2.2 million with a signing bonus.
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 With a signing bonus of 5.
It's 7.5 million.
Yeah,
Whatever they want to divvy that up, it's 7.5.
He's making money.
That's not money.
For 1 year, man, I'll take 7.
Other people, yeah. I mean,
7.5 million.
I'll take 1% of that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Sharing is caring.
But yeah, let's go. How do you feel about the signing?
I think it's good. I mean, if he can return to form,
Yeah.
it's a great signing, and I do think he will be the glue that ties that pen
They
together.
do
I just feel like
expect him to be at full strength come spring training, so he has been a formidable pitcher for the Yankees. So
yeah. I do love that, like, when he was with the Yankees was, yo, he's the best in the game. He's the best as Mariano. Now it's time, like, you know, he's been having down years lately. Have fun getting all leftovers. Like, if you still had him, shut up. But I like the signing a lot. Just one day I can't get on Brody Van Fuckface.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, I agree. I like the signing as well. If you want to chime in, Ashley.
I was gonna say, well, what does Brody have to say? You want to read through that, Shane? Since he's
Yeah.
your favorite.
Dowling is one of the elite relievers in the game with an incredible track record of pitching on the biggest stage and in the playoff games. It's a tremendously exciting gift for Mets fans this holiday season in our championship pursuit.
Pete Alonso.
That's how he says it too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm there. I have a camera in his bathroom
That's-
when he's on the crapper tweeting.
Anyways,
And-
Ashley, as you were saying.
Pete Alonso also had to say that the whole team is looking stacked. So.
Oh yeah, with the
something
Marcus Stroman retweet. Looking into Dylan Batanzas' stats, he did play his entire career with the Yankees, where he came in briefly in 2011 and then kind of resumed on from there in 2013. He did have 4 years where he was an all-star that were all back-to-back, spanning from 2014 up until 2017. He posted ERAs as low as 1.40. And then towards the end of that, kind of 27 season, it did go up to a 2.87. In 2018, he went 4-6 with an ERA of 2.70. He pitched 66 innings and had 115 strikeouts. He missed last year because of injury. So that's where I'm taking it with a grain of salt, because
Of course.
that was the Mets theme last year, where we did have that
always the Mets
injury
theme.
bug. Yeah, we were riddled with the injury bug, and is he gonna? I don't think he's gonna be at that all-star form. However, I think he will be the dominant arm that comes out of the bullpen. Because right now it's unknown.
Wasn't that sad that you don't think he'll return to form, but he's still going to be the best arm
Well,
in that pen?
no, realizing
That has a lot to
realizing the season that Diaz had and Familia, where they were both disappointing seasons, and that's why I can't.
To say the least, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why
I bitch about this all the time, where it's like, oh, they're relying on bounce back years
Yeah,
and
this
guys.
is
you
the
can't
what
build a
if.
team around that. It is another what if. For whatever reason, I have some kind of like sense. I hope, or maybe it's just hope that he will have. a
This
bounce
is
back.
interesting because
'Cause he's projected to
I'm
be-
usually hopeful one. Where
Yeah, that's weird.
I think it's
Maybe we
'cause-
should switch sides because I don't know. This is kind of weird.
No, it's fine. I mean,
You keep pushing my lights.
I know.
My lights, my poor light. Oh my God, this is what I have to say about you.
Yeah, that's Shane's new gag gift. Anyways, I'm gonna put the laptop down. We don't need it.
You don't.
We don't.
You're gonna feel naked without it.
No, it's fine. It'll be good. Yeah, so we're going into projected stats.
I mean, projected stats. He's in his age 32 season in 2020. They expected to be 2-2 with 500 win loss. Obviously, that's a 500 win loss. They project a 3.94 ERA, 2 saves, 32 innings pitched.
I really think he's gonna go 32 innings. That seems a little bit low for me.
All of this seems a little low.
Yeah, it's.
Well,
I'm not.
Is there
I'm
something
not,
we don't know about?
He's coming off injury, so
Yeah, but we're not talking about him going 6-7 innings to start a game. We're talking about him coming in, doing a batter here, an inning here, 2 innings there, over 6 months. That seems I mean, it's basically saying you're expecting about 35 to 40 appearances. I guess, I don't know. Maybe that's good.
That's good to start, but as he ramps up over time,
Yeah.
I'm sure that will change.
I guess it's not that bad. Think about it. He's a middle innings reliever.
He is. I mean, the most innings he's pitched, that was back in 2014. I mean, not innings pitched, I'm sorry. Games were at 70. So,
Yeah. I guess that they're projecting
Yeah.
to come off injury. I mean, the projected bullpen now is Justin Wilson, Robert Gesellman, Brad Brock, Seth Lugo, Familia, Betances, and Diaz. How do you feel? What do you think? How they're going to use him?
I think he will probably be a setup man. I think Familia is going to come in the 7th inning, or maybe he'll do some sort of like mop up if the Mets are getting shelled or if the Mets have a huge lead. Diaz is going to be the closer, and I think Betances comes in the 8th. Maybe Seth Lugo. Maybe they switch those roles between them, or Seth Lugo will be maybe your 5th, 6th.
I mean, I think he's the long man and the
Yeah.
insurance when everyone else fucks up.
Absolutely.
I think Lugo is.
Yeah.
Betances,
he's going to go maybe 1 inning, or maybe he'll just be a specialist. Oh, I got a little tangled up
I
here.
think he's going to be the closer by May.
You really think so?
At
do.
this point, he's a wild card. Start.
Let's place a prop bet. Let's go.
All right, bet
I
for
think by
one.
June he'll be closing
June,
out
what
games.
do you think?
By Memorial Day.
By Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Like
So you
third,
have
4th week of May.
Yeah,
I
Third-
say July.
a little later in the season.
I mean, I can get behind the July thing only because, especially if this was still Callaway,
The June,
they wait too
yeah.
damn long to make any significant, meaningful changes. By then, it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Beltran's different.
All right, so
Ugh.
Betances actually says, I love New York. I grew up in Manhattan, went to school in Brooklyn, played minor league ball in Staten Island. He made it to the big leagues in the Bronx. He's been all over the place. He's, from the Lower East Side, so now he's really excited to go win a World Series for the Mets in Queens. He does thank Fred and Jeff and Brody and
Nah, he's gotta
everybody
do that.
else.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even complain about this signing
Look,
with the
I mean,
three of them. This is a good signing.
It completely caught us off guard.
Yeah.
As fans, and I wasn't expecting it. I was just literally the projected bullpen that you mentioned before. I thought that was going to be it, minus Betances.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we thought this would be just a review show for the year.
Yeah.
We didn't think we'd have any news.
Absolutely.
All right, so with relief pitchers in mind, we are going to bring a lightning round.
A lightning round. Ooh.
Shane
early.
cue the lightning.
Yeah, well, once she makes the matchup. All right.
What's going on?
You ready, buddy boy?
Dun dun dun. I was a relief pitcher known for coining the phrase "you gotta believe."
Tug McGraw.
Did you know he was also the father
Tim McGraw.
and music singer of
Yeah.
actor Tim McGraw?
Yeah, we know this.
Okay.
All
Just
Mets
making
fans
sure.
know this.
Point one. I was a left-handed relief pitcher who played for the Mets in 1997 and also the first Japanese ball player to suit up for the Mets.
Wait, didn't we get
You
the Japanese?
didn't mention this guy before?
We had another one. There were two, actually.
You said first.
Who am I?
I have no idea.
He also wore number 18.
Oh, that makes it so much better.
What is it?
Takashi Kashiwada.
Nope.
No, yeah.
Point for Ashley.
Yeah, point Ashley.
All right. I was a middle relief pitcher who stood out in the late 1990s and early 2000s for being one of the backbones of the Mets bullpen
John Franco?
during my
Steve
time
Traxel?
and for being probably the most superstitious Mets player to ever be to be a Met. I also won the Good Guy Award in 2000 for all the charity work I did with children.
This is a little bit. No. I have no idea.
I don't know. Who was it?
Turk Wendell.
I wouldn't have gotten
I
that.
would have gotten that either.
He was a little weird though. Like he had a lot of superstitions. He was like drawing 3 crosses on the mound. He had to like chew licorice. He was like throwing down the bag as hard as possible.
Yeah, but pitchers usually have that routine. Like
Players
Players have that routine,
He
but
was
yeah.
like overly superstitious. There were a lot of things that he was known for.
He's a quirky dude.
Yes. All right, next. I joined the Mets.
Shit, Ash is winning.
I know.
Yeah.
I joined the Mets in 2006. I was known for being a great left-handed relief pitcher who recorded his milestone 300th
Billy
career
Wagner?
save. Yes.
There we go.
Yay.
What do you let me get that one?
It
you
eluded
stall
me.
on it?
No,
Okay.
it eluded me. It completely eluded me.
I was waiting for a Billy Wagner question. That's why I was just like,
Yeah. No, it
okay.
eluded me completely. Good one.
Okay, I am a former relief pitcher who holds the major league record for career pitching appearances, having pitched.
Pedro
in-
Feliciano?
No. In
Ooh, that was gonna be my guess.
1,252 games, I pitched for the Mets in the
Steve Traxel?
1980s.
No, 80s.
And-
John Franco?
Nope. And
No,
made the National League All-Star team in 83 and 84.
Orozco?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we
I couldn't
go.
think of the name. I'm seeing it in my face,
Yeah.
in my head.
You-
Oh,
the
shit.
There we
wheels
go
are
with the
turning.
comeback.
You got one more?
Yeah.
Oh. I can only tie here at best. You guys can win,
Yes.
though. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay. This is a multiple choice question.
Ooh.
Which one of these pitchers set the Mets' single season record for wins by a relief pitcher with 14 wins in 1986? Turk Wendell, Roger McDowell,
Roger McDowell.
Terry Leach, or Tug McGraw?
Roger McDowell.
Yes.
Good job, Shane. You tied.
Oh, you guys
Tied.
tied. We all.
Wow. Do
Wow.
you have something else,
No,
obviously?
but that's it. We'll move on. So it's 2, 2, and 2. We'll recoup this later for another lightning round.
Yeah, I know.
To be continued.
I've never tied. I don't like that.
Yeah, you never lost.
Move on.
We've had only 2 lightning rounds, Shane.
And how many of you won?
Listen, this is gonna be
Exactly my point.
I'm gonna win this next one.
See, what had happened was.
All right.
the
Moving
competition is
on.
hot.
Moving on.
We have a really important thing from the post.
Jacob deGrom is the player of
The
decade.
decade. That
It's-
is quite a thing to name.
It's the DeGrom Decade.
That's a cute way to coin it.
Decade.
That's what they coined it.
I know.
Did they? Did they? Did they?
All right,
They did,
so
though.
Jacob deGrom beat the ranks of Odell Beckham Jr., Hendrik Lundqvist of the New York Rangers, David Wright.
What did you say his name was? Hedrick?
Hendrik.
Henrik.
Henrik.
You said Hedrick.
Hendrik. All right,
Okay.
my bad. Whatever. All
The,
right,
the guy who
David-
comes in with Ranger shirts fucked up the Rangers name. Nobody cares about hockey, Boomer.
We got Derek Jeter, Aroldis Chapman, Eli Manning, Aaron Judge, Carmelo Anthony,
Wow.
Darrell Rivas, Victor Cruz, and Mariano Rivera. And deGrom, I mean, this
Here's my
Yeah.
thing: is that it's
is
not
a very interesting.
it's not a cumulative career. It's not your time in New York. It's just the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's 2010 to 2019, really.
Yeah.
So in that vein, I get why he beat people who had long-standing 20-year careers here. As much as I hate to say it, a Jeter or a Mariano.
Yeah, that's why it threw me off, because when I saw the
Yeah.
Jeter and
Yeah, there's a
Mariano,
lot
I
of
was a
people
little
like-
like, whoa.
Lundqvist
But-
has been nothing but a disappointment. Ultimately, at the end of the day, they haven't won. And yes, DeGrom hasn't won either, but it's a little different when you're the goalie. I know you look angry, but you
No,
didn't
it's
even know his
fine.
name.
I'm not going to go into a hockey podcast now. But
No, I mean, why not? But and then all the other guys, Carmelo was
Well, Carmelo, he did
Kicked
have
out of
a good-
town, basically.
He was kicked out of town, but he was poorly treated towards the end of his career in New York.
anything where you're
Yeah.
on the Knicks, it's just a disaster. And I'm actually surprised they didn't put Lee on there on that list of considerations. What's his Jeremy Lee? Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy
Lin.
Lin.
Yeah, Jeremy. I'm surprised they didn't put him
No,
on
that's
there.
because it was
Here.
Lynn's sanity, and it was a very brief stint.
was brief,
Like Jacob
but-
deGrom has been consistent.
Have you seen Knicks fans more excited in the last decade than with Jeremy Lin? Nope.
No, not at all.
But and then you have who were some of the other ones?
Aroldis Chapman,
Judge.
Darrell Rivas, Victor Cruz.
Yeah, I mean Rivas, well, one of the best the best in that position for the Jets.
Yeah, I mean,
It was a lot of talk. It was the Rex
and-
Ryan era.
Yeah,
and then Odell.
he also played for New England.
Yeah, and Odell, greedy and excellent, amazing, but his ego gets in the way. I mean, DeGrom's a 2-time Cy Young winner.
He proved it.
He's carried the team on his back a number of times, even when the team didn't deliver for him. I think it's the right choice. I do, objectively speaking,
Absolutely.
only because the last decade.
Yeah,
But,
within the last.
they're also anticipating that in the next decade, he's going to have an even bigger impact as well.
Which we spoke about that, and I think the last podcast one of the last podcasts was like, do you actually think he can go for a third straight Cy Young? Do you think he'll be consistent?
He would tie with
Tom
Matt's,
Seaver.
Tom Seaver with the 3 if he comes in with that next.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the players we actually think will be consistent for a number of years to come. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So they have him. I'm looking forward to that.
Are you
I mean,
surprised at consideration there was no David Wright on the list?
But it was also David Wright towards like the tail end.
He was injured, but
he was injured.
that's less time away from the field than some of the people who retired who were considered on this list.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think David Wright was a 2000s player for the Mets, or a late 2000s.
Captain America, I think, was in the last 10 years, and he had some really good moments in the last.
He had
10
good
years.
moments, but I believe his injuries cost him this.
I mean,
chance for an award.
absolutely, that's exactly what it is. But I do think, I mean, 'cause they even had Chapman on the list.
Yeah.
They haven't won shit in the last 10 years.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you want to break down some fun facts, since the 2018 season, DeGrom had 51 quality starts, second most in baseball, with just behind Justin Verlander, who had 52. DeGrom is the only NL pitcher to throw at least 200 innings in the last 3 seasons. We look it up. He came up as a shortstop at Stetson University, which was interesting. And now look at him; he's an ace on the mound. And
So he's so damn good at filling his position.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
He's
so
got that body
was-
of a shortstop.
But that was his point when he was coming up, is that he didn't want to be someone who was pigeonholed in being a pitcher or a shortstop. He wanted to make sure that he was going to be able to be utilized anywhere on the field.
And he could hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? I think it was April 3rd where he hit a home run and he pitched like 8 innings.
He's
Yes.
a force to be reckoned with, no doubt about it. I mean, he deserves
And now,
every
do you
accolade
think
he's
this
gotten.
boosts his ego a little bit considering the Cole signing?
I mean,
Or do you think it gives
I
him more
don't know.
confidence? Not boost his ego. Maybe it was a poor choice of words. Maybe it doesn't boost his confidence.
I don't think he needs a confidence boost.
Yeah.
I think he's of all the players on that list, and in recent memory in New York, I feel like he is, with the exception of David Wright. No, I shouldn't say. He doesn't need the confidence boost. He's confident no matter what. There's
I feel
many
like
players
he's
like
very
that.
Modest.
He is
about
very
his
modest.
background. Yeah.
But he's also, what I meant to say was that he's one of the only players in New York who actually deserves every accolade he's received and every ounce of respect he's received. We've not talked him up. No one's ever talked him up and no one's ever been able to question, but this. You could do that with Jeter. You can do that with Mariano. You can do that with Mariano, not as much, but Jeter definitely. You know, Mariano has stains on his record. He's just they're way fewer than other ones. You know, everyone on that list has some question marks, you could say, for the last 10 years as far as just the consistency and the expectation and the personality, whereas he doesn't. He's an amazing player and an amazing person as far as how he conducts himself. I don't think he needs a confidence boost.
Even though he doesn't need it, the Post did mention that has the perfect mindset and he's the perfect pitcher. Well deserved.
There you go.
All right, jumping into our next segment, we'll be going through each of our top 5 Mets moments of the season.
Yes, we're calling it SRO-LONG 2019.
That was a good one.
Get it? I like it.
SRO-LONG.
SRO-LONG. Hashtag
So
SRO-LONG
let's start off
2019.
with Ashley's moments.
Ashley, yeah, let's get into it. I
Yay.
got some things to say about some of these.
All right, so my top 5, starting off with 5, Frazier cannot hold the bat to save his life. And I say this, I was actually in attendance June 24th when they were playing against the Phillies. And
You were in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
No.
Well, they're in Philadelphia on this.
The game.
Okay, then there must be another game where this guy just went. Regardless.
Should we start that again?
No.
Yes,
That is
why
not
does-
being cut.
Hold on, why does he get a cut and I don't?
Because he gets the cut or with the transition to being like, all right, let's have a stronger intro. This is a transition.
no.
This is a lapse
That's
of just
not
like,
fair. Not fair.
I was at the game.
I was at the
There
game.
was a
Yeah,
game
it's funny
that I
because
was at where he threw it at the third baseman.
It's because when
Because he
she
does it
mentioned
so often. That's the
That's
problem.
true.
I
It's
was
just that when I was kept finding, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
When
no,
I was
go for
finding
it.
the images for this, we all put down like the dates and the games of, you can't see it, but we put down the dates and the games. So she put that. So I was like, okay, Todd Frazier throws a bat this day versus Phillies, and she's like, find the look between what's his
was it Maikel Franco?
Maikel Franco and him, and she's like, find the look. The look only happened at one game, dear.
Well, I feel like everyone in the stands were having the same look that I was, same look that he does.
While you were in Philadelphia.
Wait, but you weren't in those stands, so how would you
No.
know?
Yeah, but it was just as she was saying it, so I was at the game, and then I'm looking I was like, that does not look like City Field, and why are the Mets wearing their road
You're
jerseys?
right. This is the bad boys forget to do the laundry.
See, what happened was.
It's alright. This goes
We're
into
mean.
our.
We've lost
story.
co-hosts before because of this on other podcasts.
Let's be nice to Ashley. All right, let's go into number 4, Ashley.
All right. So Dom Smith for the save at the end of the 2019 season versus the Atlanta Braves at Citi Field.
Were you at this game?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Are you
was.
sure?
Yeah, I was at this one.
I really like this.
I didn't
moment
see you there.
as
Okay.
well. I feel like this was a very Mets thing to happen, where was it Dominic Smith coming off of injury?
Yeah, it was his
Just-
first bat since July.
Yeah, for his first at bat, and he just swings a home run for the fences and wins it.
You feel it's
Yeah.
a very Mets thing? I feel like it's a very not Mets thing to happen.
No,
Why?
I just
Because
feel like
I'm so used to things not happening and falling in line in a positive way for us that this is fairy tale.
But
This
this
was
was
very
the most
unexpected,
unexpected. Yeah,
yes.
that's the
Fair,
right word.
fair,
for
fair,
it.
fair,
Yeah.
fair, fair. Well, I'll talk more about it later because I have it on my
Okay.
list too. But yeah, how did it feel when it happened?
It was so again, I was still very new to the Mets, so it was oh my god, they're actually really good on the side. They have potential. They just need to rein it in and make sure that they're consistent enough and
That's for sure.
keep people coming back.
That's for sure. I like it though. I like that pick.
All right.
What's next?
Number 3, Robinson Cano versus the Padres at Citi Fields. Cano's decorated career included plenty of multi-homers, but never a 3-homer night, which he busted out after a season-long power slump against the Padres. So he went deep 3 times, and I think it was.
Do you know who
very
else did
easy.
it as a Met? Sorry, I was kind of. There were a bunch of that's what she said.
Yeah,
that I
it was
really
like,
want-
we, looked at we gave each other a visual. That's what she
Where's-
said.
where's
Because he
the-
went deep.
and that's
Oh,
why. That's
no,
why I
it's
laughed.
gone.
As I was saying, she went deep. I was like,
Wait, you didn't say she went
Yeah,
deep.
he
sorry.
said he went
well,
deep.
See, that's what she said.
Do you know who else did this as a Met?
Kirk Neuenhuis
Yes.
and Lucas Duda.
How
Yep.
long ago was that?
2015.
Yeah.
We both did in 2015, yeah.
You know Kirk Neuenhuis retired, just as a side note?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh.
He played, I think, somewhere out in Long Island, like one of those
Oh, like the
independent
the
leagues or whatever.
Ducks or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
and he actually announced his retirement.
I mean, hey, he's probably like
And he's a millionaire.
34, and he probably has like 1 or 2 million in the bank,
No,
and
exactly.
maybe 3. And good for him. He'll probably do independent ball, be a coach. It's a good retirement.
Definitely. All right, my number 2 is J.D. Davis's being the Mets hero in August versus the Indians at Citi Field. He had a walk-off single in the 10th inning to beat the Indians 4-3.
Are you at this game?
Yes.
You sure?
I'm gonna quiz it for everyone.
For her.
This one I did see because me and my friend Samir did stay after for
The interview?
Yes. So
I remember this series because the Indians were like, "Oh, the Mets, they aren't even a playoff
Yeah,
team."
yeah.
And so this was a big moment for fans.
I expected to have
and
the floor
team as
wipe
well,
with us,
yeah.
but this is a
Yeah.
great,
And
great
then
moment.
this was like a 2-game set that we
Yeah.
took both games from, so it was nice.
That was
yeah,
amazing.
he got his shirt taken off for this one, as you
Didn't we
can
take
see.
the whole year from them? Because we went to Cleveland too, right? We took 2 games there, no?
No, I'm not too sure.
I
I,
might
just know
be-
the homestand that we had with the Indians here. That was
Yeah.
the ones
I might be making that up,
Yeah.
but that would be on par with what's going on in this room right now. I'm making things up.
All right.
All right. So I really wonder what Ashley's number 1 could be.
Huh, I wonder.
This
Of
is pathetic,
course.
Ashley.
Hold on. My number 1 actually has to be Conforto. September 24th versus the Marlins at Citi Field. He had 2 home runs. They avoided a shutout in the 7th inning with Conforto's 1 out and 2 home runs to right center, breaking a dry spell. That was his 32nd hit, and then his 33rd hit followed later in the 9th inning, tying the Mets at 4-4. Now, I know you're going to come
All right.
in
Here's the
and
thing,
say
Ashley.
that Nimmo
Ashley.
clinched it for the win.
He won the game, Nemo, in the 11th inning.
Okay, but without Conforto, you wouldn't
Conforto-
have gotten there. So I feel like Nimmo did take.
Well, what about the pitchers?
starter.
What about the relievers that kept it tied? What about this? What about that?
Everyone counts.
What about the games like on my list
Everyone
where Conforto won the games? I'm just saying. I'm surprised
saying.
she didn't pick the game where he got his shirt ripped off.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna
you
say
know,
that's
it's
what
not
I was
all
expecting
about
from you.
taking out the.
You dissed his girlfriend last time, so I don't know. It seems like it is. I get issues with all of your except for 1 or 2. I'm just fucking with you.
All right, so then we'll jump into my top 5 Mets moments of 2019.
I like the approach you took to this. Like I know part of it was like
Yeah. It was
So I didn't want to repeat any of the
ones that
choices that Ashley or Shane would come up with, because then it would just be like, oh yeah, I agree. Oh, that was on my list too. Yeah. So I tried to get as creative as possible with this. So I hope you
it's
enjoy
fun.
this. Yeah.
I like it. I do.
So
this look is amazing.
My number 5 was Rain gets suspended for 2 games. So this was at the beginning of the season. And Jacob, it was April 23rd. So Mets reliever Jacob Rain.
Were you at this game?
Actually, no, I don't think so. I remember watching it on TV. So yeah, Mets reliever Jacob Rain was suspended for 2 games because he threw behind Phillies outfielder Reese. Yeah, no, I think it's Reese Hoskins. And that kind of started a little bit of a rivalry between. Like it was like a good beginning of the season rivalry between the Mets and the Phillies.
Yep.
So it pretty much overshadowed Wheeler's amazing performance where he did hit his first home run of the career. The Mets won that game 9-0. However, the best fact about it was that Reese. Yeah, I know it's a very awkward name to Reese. Reese Hoskins. His home run trot was 34.23 seconds around the base path.
That's longer than Bartolo Colon's.
That is indeed longer than Bartolo Colon's, which was at 30.5 seconds.
Shameful.
And fans were booing him.
Shameful.
I remember for all the games that the Mets, that the Phillies were in town at Citi Field, fans were booing Hoskins.
I love
So
it.
I think
I
yeah,
love it.
I love it. And then this was my favorite part on Reddit. We don't have the graphic up for it, but someone on Reddit said Mets reliever Jacob Rain looks like the assistant produce manager at a Whole Foods.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say he's got that kind of Williamsburg hipster vibe.
Yeah, he
Yes.
does. He's
You
like,
have to lose the glasses, maybe.
nah, that's fine.
I think Victor needs to bring back the glasses
I
for
do,
the show, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the early episodes,
In
he would wear glasses, and it was like
it was very serious.
very cerebral.
Yeah.
We should all get glasses.
No, that would kill the show. So my number 4.
That's what's gonna kill the show.
That,
The
Not
glasses.
people
glasses?
making false claims about things.
Wow.
Okay. I love you, Ashley. I do.
Hey.
I
Hey.
can't.
Yeah. So number 4, Rajai Davis took a $243 Uber ride to Citi Field and then hit a pinch hit home run. So this was later, actually approximately about a month later. This was a game against the Nationals where the Mets won 6-0. So at this point, the Mets they had the injury bug. So Conforto was out with the concussion. Yoenis Cespedes, this is when he broke both his ankles. And then Brandon Nimmo was on the 10-day DL, which evidently he wouldn't come back
IL, politically correct, sir.
IL, you're absolutely right. On the, what was it?
I'm
The injured
sassy
list?
today.
Yeah, you are very sassy today. On the injured list, where he pretty much didn't come back until like the end of the year anyways.
Yeah.
So Davis filled in the role for us, and the Mets, they did turn to their AAA affiliate in Syracuse. However, instead of coming from Syracuse, the team was actually in Pennsylvania for a 3-game set.
That's right.
Against the Valley Iron Pigs. So then,
It's a hell of a name.
I know.
Who comes
So
up
then
with this
Davis,
stuff?
pretty much, he was
Small
just like,
town
all right,
America.
I got called up. I got to come in. So he actually ended up coming to the game in the 3rd inning, suited up, sat in the dugout, and then when he was called up to pinch hit, he hit a home run.
What a
In his first at-bat as a
fucking
Met.
joke. I mean, he's great. Love him for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But see, that's like another
Like, why are
unexpected
they
Mets
sending
thing.
a helicopter? That's a Mets thing to do.
Yeah.
Why are they like, we need you here, like, right now. You're like 200,
Yeah.
300 miles away. Send a little private, send Jeff's private jet.
And you know what's funny? It was his Uber account.
You
that-
think he expensed it?
No, I wonder if
I
the
would-
Mets gave him back the money for it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
I don't think so.
assume they.
Don't assume anything when the Wilpons
No.
are involved.
They're like, oh, we're
There's,
paid you.
there's New Jersey
Yeah.
Transit, there's Amtrak.
And then he ended
That's
up...
amazing, though.
Yeah, but he ended up giving a shout out to his Uber driver,
Jason.
Jason. So that was a good fan moment.
That's pretty
Thanks,
sweet.
Jason.
My number 3 favorite moment of 2019 was the Grom and Alonso winning awards. I kind of just bunched them together because this was well deserved by both of them considering
Absolutely.
the seasons
Yeah.
that they had. I mean, the Grom
One was
going-
more a sure thing than the other.
Yeah,
But yeah.
The Grom going back to back. I mean, they both made the All MLB team. They were both All Stars in a season that was a huge roller coaster ride. I think this is what gave life to Mets fans, and this is a highlight that I actually really enjoyed in 2019.
Agreed. I can't disagree with that. No one can.
Yeah. So my number 2 favorite moment was that the Mets fired Mickey Callaway, and then about a month later they announced that the team is being sold to Stephen Cohen.
Maybe.
So yeah, Steve
Cohen.
Steve. No, I think it was Stephen Cohen too.
I think it's Steve.
No,
Let's go with
I'll bet that it's Stephen Cohen.
All right,
All right,
here's the
let's-
second bet.
Is it?
All right,
Look
we're
it
gonna
up.
look it up.
Google.
All right, here we go.
This is where you fast forward.
No. And Steve Cohen.
Steve Cohen, you were right. My bad.
What do I get?
We'll edit that in post. I don't know. We didn't place anything.
A rub and a tug.
So the final, my number 1 favorite moment in 2019 was actually seeing the surge of young talent rise in New York. Where you had the talents of J.D. Davis, obviously Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, very under the radar player. I mean, Dominic Smith played his heart out, even though he was in the shadow of Pete Alonso. Conforto as well. Ahmed Rosario, like Mets fan give him a hard time, but he did have a career year.
He did have a good year.
Although Syndergaard did struggle this year, he's 27 still. He went 10-8, and he had a career high in innings. With 197.2, and he had over 200 strikeouts. So I can't can't knock him for that. And Seth Lugo, during the season, he was 29 years old, and he was the glue of that bullpen.
He was.
Yeah, and
I always think of him as being older, but he's not.
He's not.
Yeah.
So his birthday was actually November. Well, his birthday is November 17th.
So he's 30 now.
So he's 30 now. So
not bad.
hats off to him. I'm really happy to actually see this.
That's a good pick. I like that pick.
The talent of players that we
it's
have
different.
because we're going into the 2020, so a new decade,
Yeah.
and I'm really hoping to see the Mets actually
Put it all together.
bring something home for the Mets, for the Mets
for the
fans.
Let's hope. All right.
So go, Shane.
Moving on to my little more traditional with my pick. So my I have 2 honorable mentions. One, of course, is Mickey being fired because God, I hated you. And one is a game that we're pretty sure we were at.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, we were at the game. Yeah, we were there.
Shane's voice was caught on SNY.
That's right. I'm on SNY. So just the game. It's funny because Jason, the Uber driver, helping us. And what was that? April.
Yeah.
As opposed to Jason Vargas, who in April was just like horrid.
That game was against the Twins that we went to. I remember it was like rained out as well.
It was terrible. We're sitting in the Budweiser area, whatever it's deck porch. And there's no one left in the stadium. We've talked about this before, and he just keeps giving up hit after hit. And so right as he's doing his windup, I just scream, Jason! And there's so few people in the stadium that had made it onto SNY from like from deep second level up left center field. It makes it, and he gives up a home run on that pitch.
Yeah.
So
and that's kind of what sparked the show as well.
I guess so, kind of, yeah. You and doing me and you doing the floss.
Yeah, I was doing the floss.
He has a
the
celebratory
stands.
floss. It's amazing. Celebratory floss. It's amazing. So that was my honorable mentions. All right, so real picks. Number 5. A good Todd Frazier moment.
Yeah.
I can't recall if I was there for this, but on August 9th, I was not there for that.
It's my birthday.
I was in Las Vegas. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yay.
Okay. So
Moving on.
moving on. We must remember that for next year. But August 9th versus Washington at Citi Field. Funny, all my picks are at Citi Field. It was the bottom of the 9th. We were down 6-3, men on first and third with no out. 2-1 pitch, and Frazier saves it by tying the game, a home run to left. And he does really cocky, arrogant bat flip. He had been struggling. People wanted him off the fucking team, and that was his moment, and he helped us out. And while he didn't win for us, granted, it still was a great moment, especially against
And didn't we go to a game where Frazier hit a grand slam?
We did.
We did.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. No,
I was there.
I think I was there with... No, we were there. I remember seeing.
We were there.
Yeah, we were there. I don't know about Ashley.
All right, number 4.
Which should have been Ashley's pick.
Yeah, right. Because look
This should have been my
that.
pick.
Look at that. So okay.
Hold on,
so,
but he worked really hard on the other one, though.
anyway, so Michael Conforto. This is the same game, August 9th. So while I had the tie moment,
actually was
I also
for
gave
birthday.
credit to the person. Yeah, see, and you didn't pick it.
See?
You are an epic fail
Thanks.
today. Anyway, so the same game, I also credit and the higher number to the person who actually won it for us. So it was all the same game. And I was the bottom of the ninth, 6-6 still. Men on first and second, 2-2 pitch. Liner that went over the right fielder's head, just over the head, and he won it. And I don't know if he was the first guy to get his shirt ripped off. Was he
JD Davis also got it.
Was JD the first one? Well, it was either him or Conforto that were the first ones.
We have the dates here.
Yeah,
so
we do.
Your game was June 9th, or was the other
No,
one?
August 9th.
August 9th,
Yours
sorry.
was, I don't
think
know.
mine
Either
was
way,
You're looking at mine.
it was
yeah.
part of the tradition of getting the shirts ripped off. Lord knows Ashley was excited on her birthday to see that. And,
I love how Ashley, for her number 2, where JD Davis is a hero, she just put August.
that works.
Yeah, but it's cool. It would have been
Close enough.
Yeah.
to see if we could have dated back. But yeah, anyways.
Either way.
We'll find out.
So that was a hell of a moment. It was a really great moment for the young talent for Conforto. And my number 3
Number
is
3.
Alonso winning the home run derby.
Yay,
Yeah.
Alonso.
And I remember people were saying, "Oh, is he going to compete?" It was very last minute.
He wasn't last minute. He was a sure thing. With last minute, someone had canceled, and then I believe that's when, I forget which player, but another player stepped in and got a higher ranking than Alonso, who currently led the majors in home runs at the time. So it was a completely different matchup, which is really weird because they didn't elevate him. It was either way.
Either way,
doesn't
he won.
matter. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it was obviously that's July 8th in Cleveland. I was not there. Actually, this is the one that isn't there. But this isn't a real game. So round 1, he went 14 home runs. Round 2, 20, and the third and final round, 23 home runs for a total of 57. Yes, Guerrero got more, but the rules are the rules. And he also, unlike Guerrero and everybody else, sorry about that, he never used his bonus time, and he never went the completion time to be able to win each round. Had he done that, who knows how many he would have actually hit. So that was a great moment, and it was like I have arrived. I'm not for me at least, I'm not a flash in the pan. I have arrived. Keep your eyes on me. Number 2,
Number 2.
Alonso again. I was at this game.
A lot of really good things.
I was at this game September 28th versus Atlanta at City. Mets up 2-0 in the third. 2-1 pitch. His first at bat. He didn't do shit. Everyone's standing there with the cell phones. I'm standing there with the cell phone. And then he hits it to the Big Apple seats, and he gets his 53rd home run, beating Judge's rookie record. And it was, in many ways, at least I feel like all the fans in the stadium were like, he did it.
Yeah.
We can all exhale.
Yep.
Second he hit it, he could exhale. And it was like, all right, well, that's the season. That's the highlight of the season.
Yep.
It's over. But at least he did that. And Victor was sure he was going to get the 54. I was not. But he's the eternal optimist. But that was just a beautiful moment at City, just a celebratory moment. And it just, he gave us something to care about that season. More than even DeGrom, because DeGrom's season was a little quieter. And to have a position player doing what he was doing, it was just an exciting moment. But my number 1 was Ashley's number 3 or 4, whatever it was. This was the final game of the season. We thought that was the culmination of the season.
Yep.
And then for me, not very Mets thing to happen, but I see what you're saying. Just everything fell in line. His first at bat in months, being celebrated. And Dom Smith, could it be happening to a nicer guy who gets that walk-off home run? And I was like, the perfect thing would be right now if Dom comes up, he hasn't played, and he gets a home run and wins the game. Never thinking it was going to happen.
But
And it happens, and I went running through I'm like, I'm running around like a crazy little kid. I'm jumping up in the
that
air with
you
my
running
bad. That was me with my bad back and my fat belly, just hopping up and down like a child. And it was just great. It was just the whole stadium was around. It was like, we want to go home. It's late. It's just it's the end of the season. They better win this fucking thing. And it was just pure excitement. Couldn't happen to a better guy. He was out there with his little cast scooter the whole season, cheering everybody else on, getting the fans, standing up in the dugout, getting the fans to be involved, and just the nicest dude for it to happen to. And both our first basemen that was the weekend of the first basemen, and it was that was for me end of season and the hope of more to come with the young talent. That was your number 1.
Yeah.
So they go hand in hand. Not so much Ashley's number 1, but ours go hand in hand. Yeah!
You get
Yeah, you get it. No. I'm kidding. I love you. I'm sorry. Here, you want to have the goat? All right.
My soul is crying.
What's next?
Okay, moving on. We need to break this tiebreaker. So we need another round of lightning round. All right.
All right.
So
So
it's
what's the
two-
category of this?
this is random facts. of the 2019 season.
About the Mets.
Ooh.
About the Mets.
Okay.
So it's 2, 2, and 2.
Is it like a multiple, like true or false Astros at this game? Because the answer's false.
All right. In 2019, the Mets played 161 games during the regular season. How many of those games did we win?
Hang on.
Was it 80?
Wait, no, hang on a second. Can Victor and I interject here
But
and
it's
say...
also 162.
Yeah.
I actually have one. I found 161.
No, the season's 162. They play 81 games at home, 81 games away.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So somebody's back.
Somebody had a typo.
They won 86 games.
Wikipedia.
Oh,
No.
you trust the Wikipedia?
Wait, do you have the answer, Ashley?
Yeah, I have the answer.
All right,
It
come
said
what's the
86
question again?
games.
Well, it actually says 85, so then I guess the one that they're missing.
That was
That's
awkward.
That's
Weird.
interesting.
I mean, we're keeping that in because that's a fault on Wikipedia right there. But
No way. There's no way Wikipedia has that as.
no, it's I've
Maybe.
asked like the home with the Alexa.
Yeah.
I've asked her stats on like other players, like A-Rod when he retired, Mariano.
Yeah.
he
Oh,
tried-
and it's
and it's
completely
all
off.
wrong. And I've had to email them and tell them like this is all
Interesting.
wrong. So I
Wow, you're
don't.
one of those people who actually email.
I'm surprised though. I mean I understand where they might get like a David Wright wrong, but someone who like everyone's in love with, it's weird. So that's Wikipedia. Ooh,
Anyways, does that count as my point?
Technically.
I wasn't even paying attention. Once I
All
heard
right,
161,
let's just scrap that one.
let's scrap that one.
Scrap that.
All right, yeah.
All right. In May 2019, I threw a 1-0 shutout against the Reds, with my home run being the only run of the
Noah
game.
Syndergaard. Bang.
Yep. All right. Named the Puerto Rican I struck out.
What's up, Luca?
Yes.
Well, you're
That's how
you're
I
on the
look
ball
like.
today. I'm like, "Whoa," so I have to get in
3-3.
it. Damn.
Dude, I have a cold, man. I'm off my game today.
Excuses.
Oh, here he's building an excuse why he might lose this round.
All right. On July 23rd, I became the third Met and the oldest second baseman in Major League Baseball.
Robinson
history.
Cano?
Yes, to hit 3
Fuck.
home runs in one game. See?
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. I am a Mets catcher who had a career best
John Buck.
26 game hitting streak.
Wilson
for-
Ramos?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were gonna steal that from me.
Yeah, I had Wilson. I was gonna say Wilson Ramos, but I'm just like
It
Wilson.
can't be Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Wilson.
Wilson.
Okay. The Mets fired 2 coaches on June 20th to be replaced by Phil Reagan and Ricky Bones. Who are we?
Oh God, we should know this. But
Yeah. Wow.
Can you name one
drew
of
a
them?
blank.
I mean, technically, you can
They
make
fired the
2
pitching
points.
coach.
Why is Rick Peterson not coming in my head? I know it's not Rick Peterson. You remember Rick Peterson?
Yeah.
Okay, pitching coach.
Oh God, we are.
No, we are. Well, I know it starts with a C. Our pitching coach.
No.
No.
Oh.
Oh, Dan Worthen.
No, he had retired
yeah.
already.
No.
I see the wheels turning in your head.
Ooh, no.
Fuck a duck.
Do,
You want to call it? I don't know it.
All right, so it's pitching coach Dave Eland and bullpen
Island.
coach Island and Chuck Hernandez. That's-
Hernandez I wouldn't have gotten, but Island, Dave Island, yeah.
Damn.
And the winner of the 2 lightning rounds.
Yeah, but technically, I got the one that was
He's still
160.
I was 3-2 then.
Yeah. All right, you got
No,
the tiebreaker.
it's 4-2.
No,
I think you got
I think I only got 3 in this one.
You got Ramos. No one got this one. You got Cano. You got Lugo. He got Syndergaard. You have 3.
That's what I just said. You said 4, so 3.
So,
But then that one,
He
I
got Syndergaard, and if he had gotten the first one that we
Yeah.
disqualified, that's still
Okay.
2-3.
It's 2-3.
So then I win.
He still
Yes.
won. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I said.
All right, but I still
Yeah.
want credit where credit's due.
You get it? Wow. Ego. Ooh.
Somebody's a sore loser.
It's okay. He's sick.
Oh.
Yeah, I am.
That was a good round. I like that.
All right.
But I'm really still thrown off by that Wikipedia.
I'm very thrown off by
Yeah.
that.
I swore it was 162, and then I was like, okay, maybe I'm wrong. And I was like,
No,
all
you
right,
should have just asked
161.
us.
Fair.
Fair.
How many games in the season? Because while they called a game early, it was still an official game, so it counts.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might be.
No,
why.
no, no. Because once it's past the middle of the 5th or the end of the 5th, end of the 5th. No, middle. It depends on which team is up. So then it's an official game. That's why, like, when Cal Ripken had his game record, you know about that? Cal Ripken was a shortstop, then third baseman for the Orioles, and he beat Lou Gehrig's record of consecutive games played. It doesn't count in the first inning. It counts after the fifth inning's over, or halfway through the fifth if the home team's up. So that's when it becomes an official game. So either way, it's still an official game, and the Mets had a game, I think, called in right after the fifth, I think, but where we won it. But it still should count.
But still, every team plays 162.
Now,
Yeah.
back when I was growing up, if you two teams were out of it, they'd be like, eh.
Oh, they wouldn't even.
Nope.
Wow.
A few games in the 80s with the Mets, well, I think 89, where they were out of it, they had like a game cancel on them because it just got rained out. They're like, no need.
All right, Shane, since you won the lightning round, why don't
Well,
you
now it's
take
time
it?
for Mets memes.
Mets memes.
So
Start us off, Shane.
Oh, well, we're just picking our favorite meme from the year. This is not a Mets meme, but it is based on, in my opinion, the best movie of the year, Joker, Clayton Kershaw.
Parasite was really good, man.
I did not see that.
You have to watch Parasite. It's really good. When I saw Joker, I walked out thinking it was the best movie. Then I saw Parasite, and I was like, Parasite was so much better.
Ooh.
We have to watch Parasite then.
That sounds like a Chernobyl thing for me. I saw Chernobyl as like best miniseries of the year. Then I saw When They See Us. I was like, fuck, that's so much better. But any case, I hate Clayton Kershaw with a passion. And I do not like, while I went to Dodger Stadium this year and they do everything better, and we'll be having a segment on that later on about teams and stadiums that do things better than the Wilpons and Citi Field. But I am one of those strong believers that you cannot call yourself the best until you have a playoff. That's how I feel about Mike Trout, even though he doesn't walk around telling everyone he's the best. The fans do that. But Clayton walks around like his shit don't stink. And the fans act like that.
And he's bad in the postseason.
And the announcers act like that. And he's just bad. He's trash in the postseason. And you know what? Choker. Coming to every postseason near Los Angeles. Next.
Next is mine. So we've talked about this a lot, and I feel like every single time we talk about
That's
a
me at night.
fan's transition
That was an early
through
Mets
the
meme.
Mets season, I feel like this is where we end up.
And that's good.
At
Pepe
some
the
point.
Frog.
Pepe. That was me before I met Victor. Victor has evened me and made me a little more hopeful, and I resent him for it on a daily basis.
So don't put the fork inside of the plug, please.
I'll try. And Victor.
Of course.
This was
Of
my
course.
favorite. Well, this is a meme I photoshopped, and it still will remain my favorite meme of 2019 because Baby Yoda is absolutely amazing.
Baby Yoda's the most adorable thing.
And Baby Yoda like took the world by storm.
It's still taking the world by
Yeah, it
storm.
definitely is.
Still taking the world by storm. He's the only thing saving Star Wars right now. But
Yeah.
tell the audience about the work that went into this because you did some.
I don't want to brag about it.
I'll brag for you though. This is what he went to school for, visual art stuff and whatnot, and he's a whiz at it. And he spent some time doing this to make sure he found the right jersey that fit Baby Yoda
With the little belly.
with the
Yeah,
little
I made
belly.
sure he had a belly.
And he put those slippers on, the hat. And if you ever seen that GIF or whatever, is it a meme or a GIF? Not a GIF. It's just that video meme of me
Yeah.
with
Dancing
the
at
with
the bar.
the champagne, le champion, the champagne, a little bit of the bubbly, and he put the hat on where it spins. He tracks it, so he's the social media whiz. He's great with this stuff. So I
Thank
will
you,
brag
Shane.
for
I
you.
appreciate it.
And that got
Also,
traction for us more than anything.
It helped
more
us
than anything
out.
we've
and
done.
then if any fans, if you guys want to capture this, we should. I think
Have a competition?
We'll have a post. We'll be like, come up with a caption for this,
Captain
and then
this.
hopefully we'll bring the Baby Yoda meme back because we need a. We originally brought this as Mets fans waiting for Steve Cohen to
We're waiting for
to
the
buy
Wolves,
the Mets,
sell
or
the
waiting
team.
for the
Yeah.
Wilpons to sell the team. So with this cute guy, we could probably come up with a lot
Oh
more.
yeah, we
many,
can keep,
many,
we can
many
keep
more
using
caption.
that. Absolutely.
So send us your caption this, and we'll share the next top 3 on air, our top favorites.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Any interaction with the fans we appreciate and we love. So send it along.
Absolutely.
One final segment.
Yeah, was our fave SRO-LONG moments of 2019.
Now, yes, granted, Ashley hasn't been a part of the show as long as you and I have, but
Are we gonna get like sentimental here? Are we gonna talk?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, so-
Well, why don't you start?
All right, so when I first came on as a guest, I mentioned this before, I was using this. And there's a moment where I
thermos.
actually, the water just goes down my neck. And I don't think anyone noticed. I was just like, oh, okay.
You know, it
and
was
just
really
put it
funny.
back
I
down.
remember recording that episode, and I was so crammed behind the desk because
Yes.
we had a different setup, and I was like, "There's no way I could do the rest of this podcast."
Oh no.
So
Squeezed
now
in
the
this
guys
corner.
have
And I was trying to like
legroom.
look to
Yeah.
see each other. But so wait, so your favorite moment that stands out to you is
One of the
basically
favorite
a wet T-shirt.
Well, no one noticed, so it was one of my favorite moments that I kind of got away with it.
Don't get desperate and ask people to notice you. We all know he's the pretty one.
My second favorite was the fact that
Oh, we had to come up with a top 5.
Well, no, not a top 5. But I think that one I just remembered earlier. But my second favorite is the fact that we had to give me a pillow to sit on, because otherwise I would be down here.
Yes. This
Oh
is,
yeah, you still have.
You
the
want to
pillow.
show it? Yeah, there we go. The little ass pillow. It's officially the ass pillow that Hannah lays on and Ashley sits on. That's about it. Are those your two big moments?
Yes.
All right, Victor.
So my favorite moment of 2019. Honestly, I think it was starting the show with you, Shane.
Oh.
See,
And
you were
not-
talking about getting sentimental.
Yeah,
Look, here
I
you
mean,
are.
I was planning to because I saw this at the bottom of the agenda, and I was like really thinking. I think it was a moment where we both really wanted to put the show out, and we wanted to create something that we were both passionate about.
Yeah.
And you know, we both like the New York Mets. We are diehard fans, passionate.
Yeah.
And we're just like, why not run with this idea? You know,
Well, that was because we had been doing
we were working on another
like
project
a faux
together.
kind
Yeah.
of podcasting. We're just kind of testing the waters. But then it was the question of, do we continue doing a general podcast, or do we focus on any one topic? And so we met up for dinner, and Victor you were very adamant about being like, I think if we focus on the Mets, like that gives us just an avenue to try to build a local community and talk about something we're knowledgeable about and we love. And I think focusing on one thing will help us. And you're absolutely correct on that.
And I think what was also really nice about it, I mean, you always talk about ideas, like everyone always has ideas, but it's tough to put it in action.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the equipment that we purchased and the microphones and the lighting setups and the camera, you know, Shane offering his place so we could record.
I don't gotta go anywhere. I'm lazy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, still putting this all together, I think that encompasses my favorite moment of the show, and I'm honestly proud of ourselves.
Me too.
A lot.
Me too. I mean, I think my favorite was after the first show with you, because it was like the second version of that, of what you were just saying, because that could easily be. I think how easily we flowed that first episode that didn't have any camera or visuals. It was all just it was literally just us putting images over everything. That was an amazing moment. It's like, oh, we might have something here. Like we actually riff off each other really, really well. But then being able to almost in a way go back to that. Not worrying about all the technical things and the screens and this and the other thing. Having Ashley come on board now that she's doing the computer stuff, we're back to being able to riff with each other very, very well. So then it was after that show where the three of us just sat down. I'm sizably bigger, obviously, but I'm substantially older than both these young, beautiful people here. I've been in the industry for 20 years on various things, and and this might get emotional. I've had a lot of projects, every project fall apart, even if they lasted for a few years, fall apart, and people lose track of each other, and people fall off, and to have. Knowing from the get-go, Victor, the kind of individual that he is, the kind of human being that he is, knowing that he's not going to fall off. Even if we have times where we're not, in the same country and sometimes the show gets delayed, that's a different story than being someone who's just a piece of shit and who's lazy. And then, so I knew from the get-go you wouldn't be that person. And then to have someone else come in to help balance us out. And Ashley, from the moment that first episode was over, just started writing down ideas and taking on very much like a producer role, and the three of us just completely vibed as to what we wanted to do. We maybe don't always agree, but we worked through what's the reason why that, what's the reason why that, what's the reason why that, and knowing that there's two other people who were just as passionate as I am about something, and who are good people, passionate people, funny people, down to earth people, who we can all rely on each other means the world to me. And I said that to them in a text on Christmas. Love you both. You have no idea what the show means to me. And so that moment where it all came together, that started with you saying, let's focus on the Mets at Twist and Smash in Astoria for dinner.
That was after a softball game.
That was after a softball game. Was just it's 2019.
Yeah.
I love it.
2019.
Yeah.
2020 is.
Yeah, so before we start crying
2019.
here, good job. You couldn't go.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah.
2020 is right around the corner. We do have a lot of really.
My other favorite moment was when Ashley was at that game in Philadelphia.
In 2020, Ashley will make sure the pictures coincide with what she says.
Or she'll give a date for some games.
August.
August.
Happened 2019.
And then the trivia questions will probably continue to be in 1997. Oh man. Anyway, but something that did get cut off though on the clip was saying to the fans, for as many as there are of you out there, we appreciate you. We love you. You are the best gift that we've had this holiday season, and we just hope to continue to get better for you.
Absolutely.
As I hit my microphone.
That's all right. So continue. I mean, where can they find us?
I don't know. You're the social media guy.
Instagram.
Well, I was asking a question. I thought you guys were
Twitter.
going to be like, oh, follow us at Standing Room Only.
That's her job.
Yeah.
So go for it, Ashley.
All right. So looking forward to 2020. We have a lot of new segments, a lot of new content. Hopefully, we will be seeing a lot of you in the new year. But regardless, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Send us messages. Obviously, hit us up about the Yoda meme. But we will be looking forward to hearing from you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Don't forget to follow at Standing Room Only NY, as Ashley mentioned before, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
The subscriptions help us a
That's the
great
most
deal.
important one.
Absolutely. And then we're also planning to go audio only as well. So we're
Yeah.
going to be
Yes.
reaching out on Spotify, Apple,
iTunes,
or the
Spotify.
Apple Podcast, whatever the case is.
As they say, wherever you find your podcast.
Yeah, wherever you find your normal podcast. that's
But we
where
will, of course,
we're
still have the
gonna branch
visuals
out.
on YouTube.
Yeah, so that has been the
So you
best
can
way
see
to
our
see our
lovely
beautiful
faces.
faces.
Well,
So insane.
Yeah.
her wet T-shirt, his Harper hair, and I
I have a lot of people that say Shane is funny.
You know what? Hey, when the looks
No,
fade,
but you know
when
what's
the
good?
looks fade,
It's good. No, but a lot of people say like, oh, like I saw clips and they're like, oh, the guy who you co-host with is funny.
the big guy,
That one.
when the looks fade,
Yeah.
because I used to be his size many moons ago. When the looks fade, you've got the humor
There you go. All right. So
and gas.
what's our time? We never timed this. Oh, there
It's
you go.
1:05.
Record time 105.
Not that bad. We're hanging.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, this has been an episode
You like to
of
try that again?
Standing Room Only. Victor,
There we
close
go.
us out with the papers.
there you go.
Stop throwing papers. You're ruining the audio. All right.
Peace.
Peace, love, and happiness.
What?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.